The first 911 call went out at 6:50 Saturday night. Organizers say DUMAS police were already there for the car show and immediately started looking for the shooters. Now, over the next few hours, more than a dozen local and state agencies responded once the full scope of the shooting was realized.
As a result of this shooting incident, a total of 28 individuals have been identified as victims of gunfire.
At least 5 children were shot. The oldest is 11. The youngest victim, just 19 months old.
Damn.
We are actively following leads of a possible second suspect involved.
State police say one person died at the scene, 23-year-old Cameron Schaefer of Jacksonville.
You know, it's shocking. We have a small community, a farming community in DUMAS, 5,000 people, and then we have an incident of multi-victims. It's just, you don't expect that from small-town Arkansas.
So again, all this event happening on Saturday night. Here on Monday morning, what we know right now, there was one person arrested on Saturday night, but those were with unrelated charges. So DUMAS police and Arkansas State Police still looking for 2 shooters that have not been captured yet. But we want to talk about all these folks who were just here on a Saturday to have a good night with their family. These victims were different, from different ages to different areas here from around Southeast Arkansas. But we're talking about one in particular that these kids were not expecting to be in such a situation. Now, as for these victims, many of them were treated at area hospitals here in Southeast Arkansas, but some of the youngest victims were flown all the way back to Children's in Little Rock. Now, the youngest victim, he was just a year old, Angelo Ussery. Now, his family actually shared video and pictures with us. You can see it's just heartbreaking to see him this way. Now, he is still in the hospital this morning. We actually got to talk to his father on Sunday, who tells us he learned that the chaos had been going on and that his son was actually hurt.
When I heard the gunshots, I just thought, people were shooting in the air, so I jumped in my car and I was leaving out of DUMAS until I got a phone call from my son's mom saying that my son been shot.
So again, his father tells us Angelo had surgery yesterday and had a bullet wound about the size of a quarter in his leg.
Damn.
And of course, they are praying for him to make a full recovery. Again, this was all such a shock to the Southeast Arkansas community, and they want this violence to end. They never wanted it to begin in the first place. But then on Sunday, the day after the shooting, a lot of people got together and wanted to raise awareness to say this is not who we are down here in Southeast Arkansas. This is a wonderful community full of wonderful people, and they want this violence to end as soon as possible. Now, there was actually a prayer vigil down here on Sunday as well. Many people coming together here in DUMAS to release balloons and do as much as they could to say that this type of event is not who we are. In fact, they talked about how special that Hoodnick event was, and the foundation was the one that actually hosted that balloon release on Sunday to honor those victims. And we talked with a couple of members of that organization, and they said that Hoodnick just promotes nonviolence, and they absolutely hate to see this type of incident happen. Just take a listen.
For people to come and commit the crime that had nothing to do with here, for those babies to be hurt, to do it in front of our elders, or, those kids, our grandparents, pregnant women, everybody. They had no regards to anybody's life. But everybody knows everybody, so imagine the victims,
What up? It's Money Little Channel. When you take your kids out, parents understand there's gangs everywhere. Everywhere you go, it's gangs, and they beefing. You know what I mean? Especially where the event's called Hoodnick. It's gonna be some shit. Prayers go out to that baby, man. Got a hole in his leg the size of a quarter. One man killed. 28 people shot.
Southeast Arkansas area still in shock.
When y'all go out and do y'all dirt, man, you riders. Remember, kids is off limits, man. Family events is off limits. Excuse me. Family events is off limits, man. Y'all got to come to the table and sit down, man, if y'all going to be out here riding these streets. Kill each other. Shoot each other. Don't be shooting no kids, man. That look real bad on your motherfucking record, my nigga. To the hood. All right, man. Like, comment, subscribe to my little channel. Tell me what y'all think about all this violence. We out. Leave a comment.